Jeff Kozak here with Sage to Summit Gear Reviews. I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about a new model from Hoka, the Rapa Nui 2, called the Kailua Trail in the women's version. I've been running in this shoe for the past several weeks on all different kinds of varied terrain, and I gotta say, I've been slow to convert to the Hoka type of shoe, and I'm really liking this one. It's a bit different than what we've come to expect from a lot of the original Hoka models, say the Stinson Trail, for instance. This shoe, the Rapa Nui, the midsole material is a compression molded EVA, whereas in the Stinson it's an injection molded EVA. And with the Stinson Trail and a lot of the other Hoka models, you have a very pillowy, spongy, super soft feel with the oversized midsole. With the Rapa Nui, you can see the shoe is quite a bit more streamlined. In fact, it doesn't look all that much different from a traditional running shoe. The stack height is definitely a bit lower than in the Stinson. I believe the Stinson is 32 millimeter heel, 26 millimeter forefoot for a 6 millimeter drop. The Rapa Nui is 26 and 21 for a 5 millimeter drop. So that, in conjunction with the different process of creating the EVA midsole material, definitely gives it a different ride. It's still very well cushioned and very stiff. Like most Hoka models, it's just not quite as spongy as, say, the Stinson Trail or the Mafate. It's a great shoe, though. I think it's got a lot of versatility. I've used it on everything from mixed dirt and asphalt loops to very technical and steep single track. It's not a super aggressively or deeply lugged outsole, but it is very grippy nonetheless. It does have a very well reinforced toe guard that gets a little softer as you wrap around the sides. As with a lot of Hoka models, it comes with a set of speed laces and a pair of regular laces that you can swap them out with if you are not a speed lace fan. Very breathable, comfortable upper. Has a really smooth ride, which I like. I've always felt like the Hoka shoes are maybe more shoe than I need for, average training runs. I did take this out on a hard 16-mile tempo run on some technical and groomed single track, and it performed really well, even getting down to paces around 6:30 per mile. I didn't feel like I had too much shoe on. It was very responsive and performed really well on the uneven terrain. A lot of people have a concern of maybe rolling their ankle in a shoe with such a high stack height, and I found it to be really stable. One issue I did have initially when I first tried this on, it felt like the heel collar, the material is a little bit rigid. The ankle collar here, where your ankle bone sits, and I think it's cut a little bit high, so it felt like it was digging in a little bit, and I thought that was going to be a problem. Putting a lot of miles in, you end up with some bruising or soreness on the underside of your ankle bone pretty quickly when that happens. As it turns out, I never notice it when I'm running, so I don't know, it's either just softened up a bit, or I don't know, it's close. I can feel it there, but it hasn't caused any problems at all. Just something to be aware of. One other thing to be aware of is this shoe is running big lengthwise. I had to go down a full half size to get a proper fit, and I know a lot of customers here at Sage to Summit have had the same issue, have been going down a half size, so something to keep in mind. Anyway, if you've been reluctant to give the Hoka brand a try, I think this is a great intermediary shoe. Definitely got the oversized thick sole, just not quite as pronounced as on some of the other models. And yeah, I think, like I said, it's been great on all different terrain types. I think it could be a good fast packing shoe too for someone who starts feeling kind of beat up when they're out on the trail day after day, putting in big miles with a pack. This shoe might be a good option for that as well. So anyway, stop by your local store. If it happens to be Sage to Summit, come on in and give them a try and see what you think. This has been Jeff Kozak with Sage to Summit Gear Reviews. Happy trails.